Whether we obey the voice of the Lord our God, and to walk in his laws, which he might set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse was poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because he hath sinned against him, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing up upon us a great evil, for the honor of the whole of heaven hath not been done, as hath done upon Jerusalem. As is written in the law of Moses, all evil is upon us. Yet we made our prayer before the Lord our God, and we might turn from our iniquities, and understand thy truth. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil, and brought it upon us, for the Lord our God is righteous in all his works which he doth, for we obeyed not his voice. And now, O Lord our God, that hast brought that people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and hast gotten thee renown as this day. We have sinned, we have done wickedly. O Lord, according to thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine anger be, thy fury be turned away from thy city Jerusalem, the holy mountain, because for our sins, for iniquities, fathers Jerusalem and thy people are become a reproach to all that are about us. Now therefore, O God, hear the prayer of thy servants and the supplications, and cause thy face to shine upon the sanctuary that is desolate. For the Lord's sake, O my Lord God, incline thine ear and hear, open thine eyes, and behold our desolations in the city which is called by thy name. For we do not present our supplications before thee for our righteousness, but for the great mercies. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Therefore not for thine own sake. O my God, for thine city and thy people are called by thy name. And the whiles I was speaking and praying, and confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel, and presenting my supplication before the Lord my God, the holy mountain of my God. Yea, while as I was speaking in the prayer, even the man of Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision of the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation, and he informed me and talked with me, and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. At the beginning of the supplications of the commandment came forth, and I am to come to thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore understand the matter, and consider the vision. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people, and upon thy holy city, to finish the transgressions, and make an end of sins, to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision of the prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore that I understand ever from me the going forth a commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem to Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks, and the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. After 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, that not Lord himself, the people of the Prince shall come, and shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and then there shall be with a flood, and even then of the Lord desolations are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant of many for 1 week. In the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice of oblation to cease, and where the spreading of abominations he shall make it desolate. Even the condemnation and the determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Chapter 10. In the 3rd year of Cyrus the king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belshazzar. And the thing was true, for the time appointed was long, and he understood the thing, and his understanding of the vision. In those days I, Daniel, was mourning 3 whole weeks. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh, nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all, until 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. In the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was hidden in the great rivers which Hedical, then I lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a certain man, clothed in linen, whose loins were girded from the board of Opaz. His body was like the burial, and his face was the appearance of lightning, and on his eyes as lamps of fire. His arms, his feet, like color to the polished glass. The voice of the words like the voice of multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone, and saw this great vision. And there remained no strength in me from my comeliness, and turned in me corruption, and I returned no strength. Yet heard I the voice of his words. When I heard the voice of his words, then was I in deep sleep on my face towards the ground. And behold, my hand touched me, which set me upon my knees and upon the palms of my hands. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto.